Oh man, I don't know. We lived season 2, so I was like, this is gonna be good. Yeah. It wasn't really shown, but I was like very hyper fixated on like, what the hell is Michaela's problem? They did it themselves. We didn't bring them in. They were like, we want that.
They did. Like, they just did it, and we were all like, this is going to be so cringy.
Whitney wants back in MomTok. Everything feels kind of fake about it. I'm trying to protect MomTok.
I don't feel like inviting the devil back in.
I think everybody just needs to get the freaking stick out of their...
So, I mean, if we even jump back to season 1 a little bit, when that first released, had you guys ever expected the absolute juggernaut that it would become? How popular it would be?
No. Absolutely
not at all. We were like, people might watch it, but like we did not expect overnight hit, second season right away. I think I went up like 700,000 followers in the first week, and I was like, what is happening? Yeah. Like, so amazing, but like so shocking.
Yeah, and overwhelming.
Yes.
Yeah.
Even with season 2, did you think maybe this could be a one-hit wonder? You don't know how audiences are going to react.
Oh man, I don't know. We lived season 2, so I was like, this is gonna be good. Yeah.
I mean, you always doubt yourself a little because you're like, oh, it's a flash in the pan. But yeah, no, season 2, we knew like that was crazy. Yeah. Like it's gonna top 1.
Absolutely.
And when you guys agreed to do season 2, were there any, specific things, about your personal lives or just about yourselves? Because there's so much differing opinions from the public. This is international people watching that you really wanted to clear up when, filming.
Yeah.
I think you for sure like wanted to explain yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I had my hesitations coming back just because it was so hard watching myself season 1, but I'm glad that I did, and hopefully we got to see a different side of Whitney. And yeah, it was definitely hard coming back though. That's for sure.
Yeah. Is it difficult sometimes watching yourself back on TV?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Absolutely.
I think we all like learn from our behavior.
I like cringe that someone's like, oh, why did you say that?
Yeah, because in the moment, like you forget, and like sometimes watching it back, like, oh, I said that, like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I think one thing about Secret Lives, it's tense. Like if I'm just watching it in my room, and I'm like, it's getting hot in here.
Yeah, no, it's true. There's not a dull moment.
Yeah, I mean, what is that like filming? Do you find parts quite difficult to film just because of how chaotic it can get?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, like as much as drama there is, there's also so many fun moments that we have, but I know the viewers want the drama, so like that's cut out.
Yeah.
But it is very exhausting. You can see a scene that's like 2 minutes, and that scene was like hours long.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's overwhelming.
But is it good perhaps sort of having that balance of, even though viewers don't get to see it, I guess often we, I guess in this season we do kind of see you guys at each other's throats quite a lot, but yourselves knowing that actually, we did have those good moments. Is that still quite good to know that you had that? It wasn't all arguing.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Like we have a built-in sisterhood, like no other women are going to understand this exact experience. So we have each other to lean on, and there are real friendships. Like we still hang out when the cameras are down. So I think knowing we have that helps.
Absolutely. And I think one part of season 2 that I know some people have been speaking about is the rise of DadTok.
Oh, yeah.
And we're sort of seeing that in season 2. What was that like, sort of bringing your husbands into the fold that little bit more?
Oh my gosh. Well, at first
they did it themselves. We didn't bring them in. They were like, we want that.
They did. Like, they just did it. And we were all like, this is going to be so cringy. And then they like took off and the videos did well. And we were like, oh. But
of course they did well because they copied ours.
They did. Yeah. Yes. They're writing our coattails.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, I had to help Jordan edit and post for a long time. And now he's figured it out. But I'm like, hey, now you go do your thing.
You got this, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it nice, though, sort of them understanding your lives a bit better
Oh,
now?
for sure. Yeah. And I think for them, it's like, well, maybe not for all of them. I shouldn't speak for them, but I think it's like more funny.
It is.
And less serious.
They love to be satire about
it. They're sassy.
Yes.
There's a lot of sass.
And they love to troll.
Yes,
like,
they do.
And also in season 2, there's a newcomer. Miranda joins. She joins the cast. What was that like, sort of bringing in a new person into the fold, even though you obviously did have some history with her before?
I think it's always hard to bring a new person into the fold, just because there's a dynamic, and I think we all kind of understand it. So when you bring someone new in, the dynamic changes a little bit. But honestly, I think for Miranda, it took her a little bit of time for her to share her story, and I'm happy that she did.
Yeah, and we love her.
Yeah.
She's great.
Absolutely. Could we ever see more MomTalkers? I don't know how to say it in an English accent.
No, you're good. You're good. MomTok.
MomTok.
Yeah.
Could we ever see more of them sort of coming and joining you guys?
Oh gosh, that's a good question.
I feel like
Yeah,
I feel like, reality shows always have turnover. It's different because our friend group is MomTok, and like we've all been together.
Yeah.
But I do feel like MomTok at one point was like 25 girls.
Yes.
Like I wouldn't be surprised if any of those try to like come
Try to
in.
get a little piece of the pie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Did you find there were any particularly challenging moments across filming season 2 where you sort of you're still sort of thinking about like, gosh, like sort of can't believe that moment happened?
I think for me, for like even filming season 2, it wasn't really shown, but I was like very hyper fixated on like, what the hell is Michaela's problem? Like I was like, what is going on? Like I was so fixated on the exact thing, but I think just now I've learned that it wasn't an exact thing. It's just like been brought in, and I think it's just been multiple things that led to how she treated me season 2.
That probably could have been the whole show, is like you and her
Yes.
having arguments and talking.
Yeah, absolutely. We had so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Need a spin-off.
Yeah, I know,
there
literally.
you go.
One part I found quite touching with you, Whitney, was your relationship with Jen and how that kind of fostered and built in season 2. And she really struggled this season. I felt it was quite refreshing almost to see on a reality TV show these really honest conversations. What was it sort of like, you know, showing such more vulnerability to you guys this time around?
I think for me, for Jen, I think I could relate with her a lot because I know what it feels like to be, I think she was starting to feel ostracized and she was isolating herself, and I know what that feels like in doing that, and she went into this really dark place, and I know a lot of us in this group have been there, and I was just grateful that even she was willing to talk about it because it is such a hard thing to talk about. But yeah, we just like, we kind of connected with that and related with each other on that, and yeah, but from what I know, she's doing a lot better today.
That's really nice to hear. And I guess when season 1 ended and Disney Plus ordered 20 more episodes, we know there's, there's 10 along the way. I think I squealed. And it was one of those moments where it's like, I have no one to talk to about this. Like no one else I know watches it. And I'm like, I'm getting people though. Like,
now I think
recruit them.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess what can we expect? Obviously, I know you can't tell me too much, but is MomTok going to survive another season?
I think we'll always survive.
Yeah.
I think that we're always going to keep pushing and keep, even if we go down, we're always going to try and get back up. Like that's just inevitable because we're figuring it out and you're seeing us figure it out.
Yeah.
But I think in this next 10, a lot of answers are going to happen, and I think it's going to be a little bit different than it is from season 1 and season 2.
Yeah, it felt completely different filming this batch of episodes.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, season 2 did end on quite the cliffhanger. Yet another member was unsure if they were sort of gonna stay again. I guess even though you guys sort of have those arguments, is there always still family there?
Yeah, I mean, we always say we are a sisterhood and we fight like sisters, but we can make up like sisters. So it gets really heated and elevated, but I am always surprised at how we're all able to just like drop it and come together.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean there's not ups and downs.
Yeah, but you almost have to.
Yeah.
Like if we're gonna be seeing each other all the time, like we're also in business together. So if you're gonna see each other all the time, like you gotta kind of learn to get over it and move on.
And you can have boundaries there. Like
Exactly.
we don't all have to be BFFs, but like let's be cordial and not be enemies.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think it's so refreshing. There's something so different about we have so many social media families, so many social media groups and stuff like that. What do you think on an international scale attracts you guys to, well, the rest of the world?
Oh gosh, I think just like how different we are. Like I think just like exposing the culture that we grew up in, which isn't weird to us, but I think weird to the whole world.
Yeah.
Which has been kind of fun. Like the sodas, people like hyperfixate on that. Like I would never even think twice about that. That's just normal to me.
Yeah.
And even just like the Mormon culture in general.
Yeah, I agree with that. I feel like it's always interesting to see someone living a different way than you do. So I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah.
But we're just glad people like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
We're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finally, has it been nice sort of sharing that Mormon culture with, so many people that won't know what it's about?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I think that the world has a different view on Mormons, and I think that's like a 20-year-old version rather than today.
We're doing missionary work.
Yeah, we are. Let's see those numbers.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.